Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we have an elementary level lesson all about going shopping.
That's right. Today we are going with a guy to a shop, and he's buying a new suit.
Okay, so lots of great words for men or for buying clothes for your husband or brother. Let's take a listen to today's dialogue. We'll be back in a moment.
Hello, sir. What can I do for you today?
Hello, I need a new suit. I have an important interview next week, so I really need to look sharp.
No problem. We have a broad selection of suits, all tailor-made, so it will fit perfectly.
Great. I want a three-piece suit, preferably made from Italian cashmere or wool.
Very well, sir. Would you like to have some shirts made also?
Sure. I'll also take some silver cufflinks and a pair of silk ties.
Very good. Now, if you will accompany me, we can take your measurements and choose the patterns for your suit and shirts.
All right, we're back. So a very simple dialogue about a guy needing a suit, and he talked to the tailor apparently about a couple of things. Now, why don't we take a look at some of those words in Language Takeaway?
Language takeaway.
Well, first of all, a tailor is a person who makes clothes. So in this case, a man who makes suits. And the first thing that we have to talk about is the kinds of suits that he has. He says, we have a broad selection of suits.
Okay, so this adjective, broad, what does that mean?
It means wide. You know, you can have a very broad street. That means many cars can fit across it. But in this case, we're talking about a selection. So that means a broad selection of suits, very, very many suits to choose from.
Okay, so for example, if you go to a music store where they sell CDs and stuff like that, they will have a broad selection of music, so you can have rap and hip-hop and R&B, etc.
That's right. Or the iTunes store has a broad selection of music. You can choose basically anything.
That's right. Okay. So we have a broad selection of suits, and he said, well, great. I actually need a three-piece suit.
Okay, so there are different kinds of suits. Some just have two pieces, like pants and a jacket. But the kind that the man wants is a three-piece suit. So that means there's a jacket, pants, or trousers, some people might say, and a vest.
Okay. So, yeah, you've probably seen this. That they look very nice. Basically, under or over your shirt, you wear a vest. And so, if you wear a vest with the suit, it's called the three-piece suit.
You know who I'm thinking of right now who always wears three-piece suits? He's very famous, a football player, actually.
Beckham?
Yes.
Really?
David Beckham. I don't know if you guys watched the World Cup, but in the World Cup, David Beckham was always wearing a three-piece suit.
Wow. In that heat. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a three-piece suit. Now, we don't have a four-piece suit, do we?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so either.
Tux, you have like on your
Sash.
waist, the cummerbund.
Oh, cummerbund. That's what it's called. Okay. Well, that's for a tuxedo. Now, moving on, we talk about the materials of the suit. And he said, well, I preferably want something made from Italian cashmere or wool.
Okay, so Italian is an adjective that describes things that come from Italy. And Italy is very famous for its fabrics and silk. And so in this case, we're talking about Italian wool. Cashmere is a very expensive, very soft kind of wool.
Okay, and wool is basically a sort of material that comes from the sheep, from the hair of the sheep.
That's right. And so different sheep, different animals have different kinds of wool, and these have different prices. So some are more expensive and some are cheaper. Cashmere is very expensive.
Okay, very good. And so he also is offered some shirts, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll take some shirts. And I also need some silver cufflinks.
Okay, so when you close your shirts by your wrist, you usually have a button or in some cases something a little bit more fancy. And when it's more fancy, it's called a cuff link.
Yes, you've probably seen it. It looks like a small metal button that you can remove from your shirt. So it looks a lot better. It's kind of hard to explain, but just imagine on your wrist, you have a small metal button that you can close your shirt at the wrist.
That's right. And some people have very, very fancy ones with special pictures. So you could have, for example, a car if you love cars, or a diamond cufflink
Yes.
with a diamond on it.
That's right. In this case, he wants cufflinks made of silver. And also, he wants a pair of silk ties.
Okay, so a pair of means two. He wants two different silk ties, and a tie is basically is something that you put around your neck. Men wear these usually to the office, and ones that are made of silk are usually more expensive.
That's right. So a silk tie. And okay, so we've pretty much covered everything that he needs. He wants a very nice suit with a lot of great accessories. Why don't we listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back with Fluency Builder.
Listen carefully. Repeat after me. Buying a suit is not simply an act of shopping, but rather a moment of self-awareness, where you pause long enough to consider how you want to be seen, how you want to feel, and how you want to present yourself to the world. Repeat after me. When you slow down and pay attention to these small but meaningful choices, you begin to understand that confidence is not something you suddenly find, but something you deliberately build. Repeat after me. Many people rush through decisions, believing speed is efficiency, yet true clarity often appears only when you allow yourself the time to observe, reflect, and adjust. Repeat after me. The simple act of standing still in front of a mirror, noticing how fabric rests on your shoulders and how posture changes your appearance, can quietly transform the way you think about yourself. Repeat after me. As you become more aware of these details, your movements grow calmer, your voice steadier, and your presence stronger, even before you say a single word. Repeat after me. Listen carefully. Repeat after me. Every decision you make, from the color you choose to the way the jacket fits your frame, communicates something long before you speak, often shaping first impressions in ways you may not consciously notice. Repeat after me. What makes this process powerful is not the suit itself, but the realization that you have control over how deliberately or carelessly you approach moments that matter. Repeat after me. When you choose thoughtfully rather than impulsively, you are practicing a skill that extends far beyond clothing and into leadership, communication, and self-respect. Repeat after me. It is easy to underestimate how small decisions accumulate, yet over time they quietly form habits, and habits eventually define the way others experience you. Repeat after me. By taking responsibility for these choices, you stop reacting to the world and begin actively shaping your role within it. Repeat after me. Listen carefully. Repeat after me. Standing in a fitting room can feel uncomfortable, not because of the mirrors, but because they force honesty, revealing what works, what doesn't, and what still needs improvement. Repeat after me. Growth rarely happens in comfort, and refinement often requires accepting feedback, whether it comes from a tailor adjusting a sleeve or from life adjusting your expectations. Repeat after me. Precision matters because when something fits correctly, it disappears, allowing attention to move away from distraction and toward intention. Repeat after me. In language, in clothing, and in character, the goal is not perfection, but alignment, where effort and outcome finally meet. Repeat after me. Once you experience that alignment, you recognize it instantly because everything suddenly feels easier, clearer, and more natural. Repeat after me. Listen carefully. Repeat after me. True confidence does not announce itself loudly, but reveals itself quietly through consistency, preparation, and the ability to remain calm under pressure. Repeat after me. When you walk away knowing you prepared thoughtfully, you no longer seek approval, because you trust the work you have already done. Repeat after me. This kind of confidence follows you into conversations, negotiations, and decisions, allowing you to speak with clarity rather than urgency. Repeat after me. Over time, people respond not just to your words, but to the steady certainty behind them, which cannot be faked or rushed. Repeat after me. And as you move forward, you realize that every intentional choice, no matter how small, trains you to show up fully for moments that truly matter.
Now, repeat these tongue twisters after me. Pause, repeat, and improve your English along with it. She swiftly switched 6 sleek silk suits, selecting subtle shades that shimmered softly under studio spotlights. 6 sleek silk suits swiftly switched. Say it slowly, then steadily speed it up. The crisp click of clean-cut cufflinks clashed quietly against carefully chosen cuffs. Clean-cut cufflinks click crisply. Control the consonants, don't collapse them. Peter properly pressed perfectly pressed purple pinstripe pants prior to presenting a polished professional presence. Perfectly pressed pinstripe pants practice patience, not panic. Rare red roses rustled rapidly beside rigid racks of richly tailored royal blue robes. Red roses rustle rapidly, roll the R, resist rushing. Slim-fit shoulders subtly shifted as sharply styled seams stayed strictly symmetrical. Subtle seams stay symmetrical, slow it down, then sharpen it. 33 thoughtful tailors threaded thin threads through thick textured tweed. Thin threads through thick tweed, feel the difference. Stylish clients confidently compared classic cuts, carefully considering comfort, color, and cost. Classic cuts carefully considered, clarity comes before speed. Bold buttons barely balanced between broad, beautifully buttoned blazers. Broad blazers, bold buttons, breathe before repeating. Tailors tirelessly tailored trousers to truly transform the total silhouette. Truly transform the trousers, trust the tongue. Silently slipping sleeves slid smoothly as structured shoulders stayed strong and straight. Structured shoulders stay strong, stretch the sound. Clever clients calmly questioned quality, quickly quantifying quite questionable quirks. Quickly quantify quirks, keep control. Finely folded fabric fell flawlessly from firm, fashion-forward forms. Flawless fabric falls freely, flow, don't force. Neatly knotted navy neckties narrowly navigated nervous novice hands. Navy neckties narrowly navigate, nice and natural. Confident choices create clear communication, convincing crowds without careless complication. Clear communication convinces, commit completely. Smooth speech, steady breath, and sharp sounds slowly shape supreme speaking skill. Slowly shape supreme skill. Say it once more, stronger.
Hello, sir. What can I do for you today?
Hello, I need a new suit. I have an important interview next week, so I really need to look sharp.
No problem. We have a broad selection of suits all tailor-made so it will fit perfectly.
Great. I want a 3-piece suit, preferably made from Italian cashmere or wool.
Very well, sir. Would you like to have some shirts made also?
Sure. I'll also take some silver cufflinks and a pair of silk ties.
Very good. Now, if you will accompany me, we can take your measurements and choose the patterns for your suit and shirts.
So in Fluency Builder today we have 3 very useful phrases that you can say when you're with the tailor at the store buying a suit. The first one is to look sharp.
That's right. He says that he has a job interview and he wants to look sharp.
Okay, so to look means to have the appearance of, but sharp, what does this mean?
Basically, take it as a chunk or as a phrase, and if you look sharp, it means you look smart, you look good, you look clean, you look very nice.
So this is normally something we say to men.
Yeah.
You look really sharp today. Or I want him to look sharp. I'm going to buy him a nice silk tie.
That's right. So to look sharp, as I said, to look very nice, very clean, very handsome. Okay, so looking sharp. And, well, when we were talking about the suit, the person mentioned that all the suits are tailor-made.
All right, this is a very important phrase if you want to go shopping for clothes that are made for you. So something is tailor-made if the sizes are made only for fitting you.
That's right.
If you go to a department store and you buy a suit off of the shelf or the rack, it's not tailor-made. But if the tailor makes it, he sews it to your size, then it's tailor-made. And,
That's right.
You know, wedding dresses are tailor-made. Special suits are tailor-made. So this is usually an expensive kind of clothing.
Okay, so it basically means the tailor, the person, made it especially for you.
That's right.
And the opposite, as you said, would be off the rack.
Off the rack. And this means that when you go to the store, you pick something, you like it, and you buy it. There's no one is going to sew it to make it fit you.
That's right. So this is actually how most of us get our clothes. You go to the department store, you get a pair of jeans, a t-shirt. Obviously, all that stuff is off the rack. It's not tailor-made for your size.
That's right.
Okay.
But if you really want to get something tailor-made, you need to be able to talk to the tailor about it. And so he will usually say, "Let me take your measurements." This is our next phrase.
That's right. The tailor mentioned that he wants to take him over there and take his measurements. So when the tailor says, "I want to take your measurements," or "I need to take your measurements," what does that mean?
That means I need to measure parts of your body to help make the suit. So he'll normally measure your shoulders, your waist, your hips, and how long things will be, so your arms and your legs. And these are all important measurements to know how big or how small to make the suit.
That's right. You want the tailor to take your measurements, or you can also say you have to get measured.
That's right. So to get measured or to take someone's measurements. These are key phrases for buying a tailor-made suit.
Very good. Okay. Why don't we listen to our dialogue one last time, and we'll be back to talk some more.
Hello, sir. What can I do for you today?
Hello, I need a new suit. I have an important interview next week, so I really need to look sharp.
No problem. We have a broad selection of suits all tailor-made, so it will fit perfectly.
Great. I want a 3-piece suit, preferably made from Italian cashmere or wool.
Very well, sir. Would you like to have some shirts made also?
Sure. I'll also take some silver cufflinks and a pair of silk ties.
Very good. Now, if you will accompany me, we can take your measurements and choose the patterns for your suit and shirts.
So do you have any tailor-made suits, Marco?
I actually don't. I haven't. Here to the office, I'd never wear a suit. We don't really need to wear suits all fancy. And there have been very few occasions where I've needed a suit. So I actually don't have a suit at the moment.
Not even one.
Not even one.
Off
I
the
left
rack.
them. I left them all at home, and I just haven't used them. And probably they wouldn't fit anymore. This is
Yeah.
the problem with getting things tailor-made as well.
The thing is, though, with a tailor-made suit, usually it's made to get bigger or smaller. So maybe the shoulders and the arms are the same, but if you gain weight or you lose weight, the tailor can make those small changes.
That's right. Actually, I would. I had a friend who got some tailor-made jeans, and I think that would be nice because sometimes, I don't know, jeans for me, they don't fit well.
Yeah, me neither. There's a very famous company that does tailor-made jeans that I was thinking about going to because I hate buying jeans off the rack.
Yeah, they usually don't fit. Either the waist is too, if I need a bigger waist, but then everything is too baggy and it just doesn't look right, or everything is too small. So I think this is a very interesting thing, although I don't know how expensive it would be because getting tailor-made clothes is relatively expensive.
It can be very expensive, although that's usually in America or in Europe. In places like India and China, I think it's much more common to have things made to fit you, tailor-made.
This is a very interesting subject, and actually, we are wondering if maybe you know a tailor, you are a tailor, or you've gotten things tailor-made for you. Maybe you got married recently and you had a tailor-made tuxedo or a tailor-made wedding dress.
That's right.